Oh, so look who's back. You must have got your water straight. Yeah, everything checked out. This time. So, what do you know about flushing out the colon? Just the fact that it's probably the most important thing you can ever do to reboot your health. Can you tell me how it's done? A lot of people can tell you how to do it. What do you want with me? I can't seem to find anything that works. Aha. There we go. I think you're starting to get it. First thing you're going to want to do is buy a couple products. Okay, welcome to Lose Weight Without Even Trying. That's right, you won't have to suck it out or chop it off or anything like that. If you've ever eaten food, you need this step. If you've never eaten food, quit haunting me. But if you're like the rest of us and have eaten food your whole life, a little bit of that food gets left behind. In the behind. That's right, and there's bugs in it. I know, this is a gross subject that nobody ever wants to talk about. What would you rather do? Know about it, flush it out, get rid of them? Or ignore it completely and let them rule your life? I'm guessing you no longer want to be a breeding ground for vermin, so let's get right into secret number 2. Okay, so immediately what you want to do is buy 2 products. One's called Living Defense, the other's called Oxypowder. Once again, the best deals are usually on the Infowars site. Now, if you can't handle Alex Jones, I get it, right? But you can also go to the Global Healing Center site, and you can find these on there. Of course, the names are a little bit different on Global Healing, but I will leave a list below. Now, it's very important to take these together because you'll need to knock out those harmful organisms with the Living Defense and then use the Oxypowder at night to liquefy all the post-putrefied waste that's lodged within your colon. At the time of his death, John Wayne had over 70 pounds of this crap lodged in his colon. And the stuff that I saw that came out of me had to have been in there for decades. It was very illuminating to see these things come out. And I was very grateful to see them come out in an unobtrusive way. In other words, I'm not sticking anything up there. That's an exit. And this is why I was so happy to find Dr. Group's system, which liquefies all the waste lodged in your intestinal tract from the stomach down. And so you wind up with a squeaky clean system, which is awesome and amazing. And I will never go back. This is why I use the product throughout the year as maintenance as well. Also, that Russian cedar nut oil is going to come in handy for your O-ring. You're going to need that. You're going to need to do 6 weeks minimum. That's what I did the first time, was about 6 weeks. Now that's 5 days on and 2 days off. Give yourself a couple days to rest up and then 5 days on, 2 days off. For 6 weeks is what I did the first time. And then I did a follow-up of about 3 weeks, which was the final battle. Also, be sure and add Floralife to repopulate your colon with the helpful bacteria that we need in there after you flush the colon. Be sure to add the Floralife. You can get that at Infowars or Global Healing Center, both are which 5-star websites. Like I say, always check Alex. Even if you can't handle his politics, he's still fighting the fight, and we need him. As a matter of fact, he's responsible for saving my life because I never would have known about any of this stuff had he not originally led me to the first few products that I bought. I expanded and learned a lot more throughout the several years between. And I'm hoping that they themselves will take a few of these practices and add them to their formula because they're close. Everybody's close. I don't think anybody's quite put it all together like this so far. I'm very humble and very grateful that you're even looking at this because you're 1,000 times smarter than me already because you're getting all this knowledge that cost me thousands and thousands of dollars and years to compile. You're getting it all for like $100, a fraction. Each and every one of these secrets is worth the price of what you paid for all of them, easily. But it was at least a substantial enough amount of a payment that you would pay attention to everything I said. The secondary secret is learning to stretch. That's right, you're going to have to stretch out and release the toxins from within your muscles so they can flow out your system in the form of sweat. I learned how to stretch from the book linked below. This book is by Bob Anderson, illustrated by his wife Jean, and it makes every stretch so easy to learn. Also, you're going to want to have to sweat to release those toxins. Whether that be exercise, if you can do that. If you can't exercise, you can get a personal sauna or steam bath, which I do. Or you can eat a lot of spicy foods, even it doesn't matter how you break a sweat, as long as you break a sweat. And try to do that every day to get rid of these toxins. The personal steam bath is very easy. When I don't have time to exercise or I just don't feel like it, I just jump in the sauna and sweat it out. And that is such a simple way. Also, I read about a guy who used a hot pool and a cold pool. Matter of fact, he was too heavy. He couldn't do anything but kind of roll from one pool to the next. A hot pool and then the cold pool therapy, he lost all the weight and was even in good enough shape to start exercising and working out. So another easy little no-trying trick in order to lose weight, along with the flush. And so the whole thing about it is, the proof will be in the pudding if you buy the pudding and use the pudding, otherwise you won't get any of the proof. So you must use these products and use them, or just the way I described. Be sure and use the Living Defense during the day as directed before you eat. This will knock out those harmful organisms. And then at night you're taking the Oxypowder and they're all getting washed out. I lost about 15 pounds and I was so grateful for that. And so start stretching out and getting ready for the next secret, where we cleanse the blood of all the alcohol. And I'll see you here next time. All disease begins in the colon. Why? Because if you've ever eaten food, you have post-putrefied food lodged in your colon. That's right, all of us do. You can say I don't believe that, but saying I don't believe the truth doesn't make it any less the truth. All you have to do is start out with two key components. Now both of these can be found on the Infowars site. Now we're going to find most of the supplements that I take are from the Infowars site, but some of them aren't. So anyway, you're going to start out with the Living Defense. This will start to knock out the harmful organisms. Begin this a week before you do the Oxypowder, which will actually start to blow out all the waste in your colon. All you have to do is take the capsules at night. You eliminate 3 to 5 times in the morning. What could be easier than that? All those harmful organisms will start to become knocked out and they will flush out with the Oxypowder. After using those two for 6 weeks, you will have a brand new digestive tract. The things I saw that came out of me were obviously in there for years, if not decades. So it made an immense difference for me. I had literally lost 15 pounds of waste that was stuck in my intestines. It wouldn't matter how much I worked out, how much I ran, I was never going to lose that weight. It was stuck in there. Not only that, but it was depriving me of all the nutrients of my food. The only thing that you can absorb with a full colon is the excrement of the parasites, which causes the disease. All right, defend your health before you end up with one of these conditions, and you're going to be that much better off.